Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a requested reading. The reading is if Harry and Meghan regret doing Oprah, and I've got another question around the Oprah interview as well to see if either of them are planning when the divorce finally happens, if it ever happens, if they're planning to go back to Oprah for a tell-all interview after that. So we're going to have a look into that and see what the cards have to say about the situation. But before we begin, if you're new here, hi, hello, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, sharing. Thank you to all the supporters that have been here regularly. Thank you, you do mean the world to us, guys. Thank you for being around and supporting my channel. There's another way you can support it, which is for £2.99 a month. You get an emotional support coven, which is the channel membership, where you get extra perks and things, members only question and answer, once a month, live members only live streams, live chat, and behind the scene videos and extra readings and stuff. So yeah, that's another way you can support the channel for £2.99. So thank you for all the guys who are members. And yeah, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to have a look and see into whether they regret the Oprah interview. So let's have a look. Eight of Pentacles. In reverse. So they thought it was going to be more of a success than it was. It's definitely something they thought would work better. They feel like it's kind of hampered them. I think they think that the money would come like rolling on in and their status, everything would be settled after this interview. But they're having to keep going forward and correcting the record every time one of their lies is kind of called out. This is very, I would say, on reflection, they don't see that it's done them any good. Okay. So two cards came out here. The Ten of Pentacles, which is crossing them, which is the family. So they actually feel like the relationship with the royal family suffered, which is obvious. I mean, it's obvious that that's what's happened. But we've got the Two of Cups that's jumped out in reverse, and it could be a bone of contention in the relationship. Maybe they blame each other for the interview. Maybe one blames the other more than the other one, but it's definitely caused friction within their relationship quite badly when it's popping out like that. With the Ten of Pentacles crossing them, this is they realize that maybe the royal family are coming out better than they are. But there is some frustration within the relationship. The Moon in reverse. So there was some lies revealed, some bad behavior revealed, things didn't add up. For example, Meghan said about getting married actually 3 days before the wedding when it was just a rehearsal. And there was some other things, like something about Sam in the interview as well, and things that were proven not to be right. And I think people got more of a feeling of what Meghan and Harry were than, yeah, they realized the behaviors, and people who weren't already in very much like aware of what's going on, people who weren't aware of what's going on became more aware of their shady behavior. It changed public opinion. It went the wrong way. They weren't happy about it. They are going to say, interestingly enough, they were misled about this, I feel. There is arguments between them about it, because when they haven't got anything like the royal family to feed off, they fight with themselves and the people around them. So there we have the Moon in reverse, and this is yeah, they are gonna, I think they are gonna try and blame somebody else for this as well. And we have the Two of Swords underneath. They're in two minds about it. It's in reverse. There is some fighting going on. They're feeling pressure because of things that may be happening with the royal family, and this interview triggered maybe a new approach. With the Two of Cups in reverse, the relationship is strange. With the Two of Swords in reverse, they are very frustrated and not sure which way to go, but it does indicate that what's going to happen is they're going to say something about the Oprah interview not necessarily being the way that they wanted it to be, a bit like how they always say things with the Cut interview, like stuff wasn't meant to be said in that, and the lass who wrote it's got the fallout for it. She's lost her job, I think. And then obviously with the Variety interview was changed to include the Queen's passing, and then we have the Moon in reverse. I feel like they're going to try and blame something on the editing or something. They're going to try and blame the Oprah interview. They did think they were setting the record straight, so there we've got Justice. They thought they were going to be mopping up any untruths that are said about them, but they don't realize that it's not necessarily the Oprah interview, it's not the lady who wrote the Cut interview, it's nothing like that. It's them. They try and blame everybody else for them, and every time they try to set the record straight, something new, it always ends the same. And it's just like So we've got the Knight of Swords running out here. They want their truth known, they want their justice known. They feel like there's going to be, like, it's so murky here, but I do feel like they're going to come out and maybe oof. So they feel stabbed in the back around it. Two completions. Now this could be the subject matter. I wonder if they're gonna do another interview because of something that's going to happen with the royal family, because we've got completion there, and the Ten of Wands is a burden lifted. Maybe they're done. So we've got the Knight of Swords coming out there, and they're swinging to try and get their truth. So they've got directed anger. So whatever's happening right now, where they were trying to blame each other for everything, you get the Knight of Swords coming running out and clattering straight into the Ten of Swords. Interesting. So then we've got Glory coming up. So I do feel like, I mean, if they are going to blame Oprah for the interview and the interview fallout, that's a dangerous game, because she's got quite a lot of friends in high places, really, hasn't she? She's quite influential lady. We've got the Knight of Swords coming running out here, so maybe definitely trying to kind of correct any mistruths that they feel like they've been spoken. But we've got the Ten of Swords, and we have got the Ten of Wands. So there's a burden being lifted, and they feel like they're done, and they've been stabbed in the back, and things have happened to them where they don't feel like things have been fair. But there is some blaming of things. Now, I don't feel like, looking at the rest of these cards, that they're going to necessarily blame Oprah for the mistruths that have been done out. I think they're just going to kind of hope people just ignore it and keep it moving, because they're going to come charging straight out of this and then talk about how they've been stabbed in the back and it's such a relief. They're going to get to say something. They're going to get to say this piece, because we've got the Six of Wands there and the Eight of Swords, which shows that they are free to move forward. They're a little bit unsure of which way to go forward with stuff, but the Six of Wands there. Interesting. I'm wondering with the Two of Cups, with them frightened on, maybe they're not allowed to be seen together for a reason, for a marketing reason. I know that sounds really cold, but maybe that's why. With the Six of Wands there, though, I think they might end up doing an interview with Oprah. Let me see which cards. I'll use these. I do think they're going to be doing more, because you've got glory there. I don't even think... So there's a Three of Wands there. When we're asking them interviewing with Oprah, it's a discussion, but they've reached a kind of point of no action at this very minute. What is known about the situation? The Queen's death, the Queen's passing. Okay. The world was watching, we know that, but there's something that's happened around the time of the Queen's passing that has stopped them working with Oprah. Temperance there. Look at me, I'm so cultured. Look at me, I can do everything. There's the Ten of Wands there. Interesting. The Ten of Wands comes up there. Two of Swords, that's a repeating card. They're in two minds about doing another. There's the Moon in reverse. They don't want to be revealed. They don't want things to be shown about them. They're really thinking about this interview, because there is another interview in the works, but there's stuff happened since. There's the King of Wands there, who will be pushing for it, wanting this interview to go ahead. And there is the King of Pentacles in reverse. Harry is not sure at all. In fact, Harry might be the one who has to do the sit down here. They really feel like there's a burden going on. I do think with the Two of Swords there and the moon surrounding them, that there is something murky, and there's something... They're very worried about contradicting themselves, and they're very aware of that could be a thing. They're going to be carrying this forward for a while. There's some hard work going around an interview, and I do feel like there has been some frustrations with regarding the interview and wanting more attention. They may have scheduled the interview like sooner rather than later, but it's actually being pushed back, and it's a lot harder work than they wanted it to. The King of Wands is frustrated here. He's wanting them to get on with it and do this interview. And here we have Harry. Now that Harry's going to either... three things here. This is Harry, either Harry by himself and he paints himself in a bad light. The interview is about Harry without Harry being there. Or he stops it. Let's pull 3 cards to see out. Because Ten of Pentacles, anti-royal family, okay. Ten of Swords, you feel stabbed in the back. You always do. And the Chariot in reverse. They are pulling at different ways. I feel like this is Harry doing an interview. They are pulling different ways with how they position themselves. I feel like they've got further deals with Oprah. On that moon in reverse twice, there is some murky depths. There is some seedy planning and corrupt planning that has went on with it, and everyone can kind of see through it. What they're concerned about is people still being able to see through it, so they're wanting to make sure they've done everything they can. They're trying to look separate at the minute for PR reasons, but there's definitely been stuff since the Queen's death that altered what they were planning. I do feel like they had something in the works with Oprah, and maybe Harry's just going to have a bit more of a sit down with her in the future. So yeah. Very entwined. And Meghan will have, with the moon in reverse there, and there's more secrets there, I'd say Meghan will have a deal with Oprah as well if everything goes south with this relationship. So yeah, there we go. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to add, if anything you'd like to take away from it. Any readings you want me to do on anyone at all, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for being here, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.